What I'm about to tell you might be the most important thing I have ever put into words, and I'm serious. If you're able to understand what I'm about to explain, it will change your fucking life. Please listen to this. If you don't know me, you don't know my content, cool. I'm a coach, I know lots of things. Just hear this. I'm going to talk about emotions and our relationship with our emotions. And if you know anything about life, you would know that your emotions in a way are your life. Your feelings, your perceptions, your experience of your life is filtered through how you feel about each moment that you live. That's not the good bit. What I want to tell you about is the 3 different levels of emotional mastery as I see them. Where number 3 is the point that if you can arrive at, you'll be crushing it. Life will be a bitch. It'll be very straightforward. It's that easy. The first level, this is a level that many people are at. Blunted, disconnected, not feeling, just not feeling. Putting things aside, eating, consuming, whatever they can just to not feel the fucking thing inside that they don't want to feel. This has its use. This can be useful. I'll put that differently. If I'm running a marathon, it's good to not feel these things. Push them aside, bypass, push on. It's good. If I'm in the army or I'm in a war zone, or look, there are reasons and uses where it's useful. But most people, especially in our Western culture, that's what they do. And they do that so they can go to their shit job as, working in a cubicle or an office or doing some crap they don't care about for someone else. And they push down those feelings just so they can push through and show up and push. You know that. If you're watching this, you're probably not at that level. I'm defining this though, because that's a point many people are at. And then you run into this whole world of people that are, a lot of coaches, look, level 2, feeling all the things and feeling them. And that's great. Level 2 by itself is awesome. Don't get me wrong. Level 2 is infinitesimally better than level 1. Level 2 is where you actually allow yourself to feel the things. That's where we peel back all the layers of our subconscious wiring and the trauma of the past and this and that and how do I feel in every moment and we feel things and we actually feel who the fuck we are. That matters. That's good. And it's way better than not feeling it and pushing on blind and oblivious. But there are 3 levels. Many people tout that level 2 is the gold standard, that once you do this, now you're fully living, you're feeling it all, you're rich, that's it, that's life, baby, that's all of it. I disagree. Now, once I was part of this cult, I'm going to call it a cult. Again, I know many coaches, colleagues, peers, people I really care about who make their living by helping people feel more of everything, be more embodied, feel, express their shame, their grief, feel it, express it, let it go, release. Hooray, that's the gold standard. You're letting it out and you're feeling it. You're so alive. Level 2. Is this rich? Is level 2 rich? Is it fulfilling? Sure. Is there value there? Sure. But what happens when people don't realize that there is another level to get to is that they think that this is the answer. And that the more they can turn up that dial on feeling everything, more and more and more, the more alive, the more fully they will be living. And once you're in that sort of a realm when you're really feeling all the things, that's probably the point, that you don't need to dial them up any further, but you've gotten good at it. You've gotten recognition, your accolades, people around you are so impressed with your vulnerability, your authenticity. You get messages saying how much you inspired people to embrace their emotions you identify with. You start to feel good, you want to do more of it, and yeah, you're fucking good at it. You know how to feel the things. And I'm speaking from so much experience here. I can wear my heart on my sleeve like you wouldn't believe. I will cry gigantic tears out in public and not give a fuck. Go me. And that inspires some people. For a while, me feeling all the things and expressing that so fully brought me a lot of gratification. But we can't just spend our lives sitting around feeling all the things. Well, we can, and many do, but that's not the point of today's video. I want to tell you of the next bit. The bit that happens when you've gone from never feeling the things to now feeling all of them, to level 3 is mastery. And mastery, in my opinion, as I stand here today, is not just how much you can master feeling all the things in that level 2 sense. I don't think that's mastery. I think that's when you've lost control. And you're in the abyss of feeling all the things, and no one's going to throw you a rope. Trust me. Trust me. Level 3 is mastery. You don't ignore the feelings. You are human. You feel them. You allow them, and not even allow. They're there. And you can tap into them with enjoyment. And by the way, you probably have to go through these steps. You're not going to go from 1 to 3. You're not going to start at 3. You're not going to go from 2 to 1 to whatever. Probably implied. Level 3 is where you are in control. You feel the things, you live and experience your life fully, and you use your emotions, not in a way to suppress them or bypass them or not feel the things that you should or could, but you feel what serves you. And you show up in each moment feeling the way that if you were to feel that way, it would serve you best. There are many aspects of that. There are many conditions, characteristics that go into that. Now, if what I've told you so far doesn't sound particularly mind-blowing, I would understand that. But keep listening. If you've made it this far, let me keep going. It will be worth your time, I'm confident. I need to make further points here though. So again, it's about feeling the appropriate feeling, the thing that serves you most. It's that when you do go on that hike or the marathon, or you're in that life or death situation, you can push things aside to show up with that heat. To be in that moment, to be strong and deliberate, unburdened by all the things, and then get out of the war zone. And that evening, you're there with your lover, and they need you to show them how much you care and feel. And in that moment, you are able to show and feel and express all of it. Those emotions are appropriate then and there. Not only are they appropriate, they are the best possible thing you could be feeling. You don't bring those to a war zone. At least you shouldn't. And vice versa. If you're cold, emotionless, when your lover needs you to feel, to make them feel loved, heard, felt, and understood, and you keep the wall up, see how that goes. It's not about suppressing and walling off. It's not about tearing it down all the way completely. It's not even about having control over whether the wall is up or not. Although that is part of it, because when the wall comes down, it's also about what feeling is there. And is it the right one? Is it the feeling that serves you? And this is where it gets really good. Or hard or fun or whatever. But this is the bit where the work begins. Because for you to know what serves you, well, you need to know who the fuck you are. I don't know what serves me unless I know myself. Unless I know myself enough to know what is going to serve me in that environment, in that scenario. But if you can get it, if you can understand how to do all of these things and how to sit back inside yourself and step back, not as a passenger helplessly watching as the body moves, not as someone who's just so in it and is the thing, is consumed by the feeling, but as someone who is there deeply, fully present, while also able to watch themselves and watch themselves in relation to the world around them. Go, okay, how am I showing up right now? You know, best way to do this, I find, is to be playful. Have fun with it. Oh, okay, Jack, how are you feeling now and why? And oh, is this good for you? Haha. Lets you be detached but engaged. Like, oh, doesn't matter if it goes right or wrong, but I'm interested in, oh, let's try this. Playful. Now, many disciplines, a lot of, NLP, many other coaches, gurus, people have strategies that are close to this. They reach for it. You can use NLP, change your physiology, make you move, pull yourself into a particular state. And if you get good at that, you can do that on command. That's powerful. But that's different to being, there's an overriding to that. There's an assumption that certainty is the right state always. Might be true, might not be. I don't know. I don't have enough experience with that. Give me another lifetime, and I'll have more answers. There are ways, there's things you can do to put yourself into a particular state. But can you watch whatever you are feeling and decide and allow and determine how much of it to feel? If you're feeling a feeling, are you feeling it the amount that is appropriate? Oh, I'm feeling upset and traumatized and outraged, and it's really activating all these things. And if I could have a dial that went from 1 to 10, and I could dial that dial up, and 10 was just consumed by it, feeling it fully, and 1 was not feeling it at all, what's the right number? Is it 3? Is it 4? Do I need 6 or 7 to express and verbalize and bring my will out into the world and say, fuck you, to whoever needs to hear it, or show people how much they've hurt me? Or is it getting in the way because I have to sit down and hand in my thesis that's due in a few days? So I'll dial those down, not ignore them completely, but be in control. Feel them and allow myself to feel them the appropriate amount, the amount that serves you and who you want to be. If you get good at this, and I implore you to, you will not know yourself. Very literally, you will not. And I cannot emphasize enough how incredible your life could be. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Go well.